broken. So, you know, no driving at night. Well, there's going to be sometimes you're going to have to drive at night.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
don't drive in the snow and rain. Well, there's sometimes you're going to have to do that. So, you know, right now, priority though is getting the damn thing roadworthy. You know, and again, not necessarily for my safety, but for the safety of others and the engine.
Oh God.
And everything else. I want it.
Yep.
I want it nice. Because yeah, it's one of the easier engines to work on, except for the configuration it's in now, because it's in a van. There's guys who have these in what they call the square box trucks, and
Much easier.
yeah, much easier to work on.
Huh.
But I don't know. I'm happy with it. I mean, I bought it for the body. It's the bone structure and the skin on this thing is perfect.
Yeah, it's a shiny, pretty thing.
Yeah, and trying to find that in a 1983 GM Chevy G20 is going to be real difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one in this kind of it's a time capsule in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing's really changed from the time it came out of the customization place, and you know, you can tell it's got the miles though. You know, this broken arm here, and
Was it broken when you bought it?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
I
broken when I
remember
bought it. You know, it had that table here we took out,
yeah, I was smart.
and yeah.
Though when I was a kid, I do remember envying other kids who traveled to their campgrounds with their like, you know.
Yeah.
But you really couldn't, as you're driving, you really can't use that table
No.
much anyway.
No, you can't.
And then, you know, but
And you could use it for maybe playing poker.
well, I was gonna say, I think all the chairs can face the table.
Yeah.
And then you can play card games.
Yeah, you
at
can play
night.
card games.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, but I won't be needing that. We can build some sort of a drop-down desk type, table type thing that I can do my.
Well, how would you do
with.
that though, without getting rid of the windows?
Well, you could still do it while keeping the windows. There are spaces, gaps. This is a pretty wide gap here, you know. Also, you could put, you know, like those bathroom window stickers of like a jungle scene or leaves or shells, or you could do the same thing there and then just insulate it off
And just close up a window.
just close up the window. Yeah, you don't need to take it out because
But you could maybe just all I'm thinking is because you need cross breeze in these things.
oh yeah, well
Keep
these
the
open.
bottom.
These open, and that opens.
That's what I mean. So if you got rid of the window in the summer, you'd want to have that cross breeze available to you.
Yeah, but the other thing you could do too is put a fan in the back here, which would work fairly well. A lot of people use those to help with the cross breeze.
Cross breeze going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you get down south, Arizona, when it's like 120, 130, I probably won't be able to hang, at least not now. I have no separate air conditioning other than when the vehicle's running.
Yeah.
To put in an air conditioner, a back here would cost like, you know, $2,000.
Much better to park someplace where you don't really need it.
Yeah, like you know, somewhere maybe in Washington State
or just times of the year.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
I need to find out where the temperatures are best at that time of year. If it gets to 134 degrees, your home air conditioning doesn't work anymore. It's not. It's pretty much pointless after about 134 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, they're in danger down there. It's getting up to that. In Death Valley, it was 134 degrees last year.
Yeah, that's where Harry did his training too.
Yeah, not during
training?
that time. But,
no, but yeah.
You know, so yeah, and I don't know with my COPD how far up in the mountain I could get before I start going.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
I might be able to do it just fine as long as I'm not running, you know. But I don't know. That's something I have to find out, by doing it. I can get tuckered out pretty easier than I would like to admit.
But the thing about it, I know. But what right now you're just in a fantasy, creative. Well, what could I do?
Right.
And it makes every sense to anything is possible at this point. But you will really discover what's possible.
Yeah.
As you get to your takeoff.
As I've been watching all of these different YouTube people, they all have their own little ongoing story, I don't see myself in that same picture, but my situation's different. Retired, you get on the road and I can do just fine. Save some money even. This thing would get 20 miles to the gallon, maybe more downhill, with the wind behind me. It's not a gas hog in that sense, and I can sleep in it, I can eat in it. I want to make it as self-contained as I can, just in case things in this country go a little more sideways than they are right now. I might need a place. I might need something to hide out in, hide out or hunker down or whatever you want to call it. So, I've got a little bit of money saved up, and I'm hoping that most of it goes into this van in one form or another over a period of time. I don't want to dump all $4 grand, $5 grand into it right now, but I could buy a new engine if necessary. I could afford it. Don't want to, but I could afford it. And as long as Georgie and me could actually change the engine out, but on a van, it's a much more difficult thing to do.
Well, by the way, speaking of Georgie, I was asking him how he thought he would be best at going forward with fixing up the van, and we need to get you up there.
Yeah.
That he's got all the equipment up there, and
No, I need to visit him. And but I need to get that fixed first. If I can get that harmonic balancer and a new belt put on here, I would be up there every weekend.
Wow.
Oh, that he's available.
I know.
But even every weekend to see you and hear you. The hell,
Well, I know.
I would have it.
Yeah.
And this.
But he's talking about putting you up on blocks.
Yeah. Well, he might have to for a while. But this gets better mileage than my mom's car. Probably even less pollution. Once it's started, all right, there's nothing coming out that tailpipe.
Okay.
It's clean.
So, what you need to get fixed before you can come up?
I need to get the harmonic balancer fixed.
And this is something George actually can do, or
we're believing that he can. We've watched quite a few videos, but nobody's done it on a van.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's done it on a diesel van.
Okay.
All right. So it would be a YouTube first. And then later down the road, we'll show you how we change out a torque converter clutch. Now, these are words I've only recently learned. I remember going